and gentlemen. Welcome to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast,
where we talk about the fashion industry and how to get your fashion business to 7 figures.
From manufacturing strategies, cut and sew designers, to fashion hot topics and the latest fashion trends, I'm your host, Monica Monique.
And I'm your host, XYZ. And let's jump into today's episode. Welcome back.
Welcome back to the 7-Figure Fashion Business Podcast.
Today is our first time recording since we dropped our episodes.
Yeah.
First time back in the studio.
And we are in a new location. So if you haven't checked out our YouTube, you'll see like our different backgrounds. Every time we record, it's like a different setup. So you'll see today's background if you head over to YouTube, 7-Figure Fashion Business on all platforms. How was your weekend?
I had a fun weekend.
What you do?
I went to Powerhouse.
Oh, you know what? So I kept seeing the clips of Nicki Minaj and her twerking. Did you see those?
Yeah.
Like when people were making fun of. How was that in person?
In person, it was regular, but on social media, it looks bad.
Really?
I was like, it was crazy seeing it in person and then seeing it on social media. I was like, oh wow, social media really get a little piece of everything, and it can take a negative way.
Yeah.
So that was like crazy. But in person, her performance was great.
Yeah.
And I just forgot about how creative she was, how much of a GOAT she was.
Yeah.
And she performed just all these songs, and it was just good memories.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she recorded Moment for Life. I mean, she performed Moment for Life, and I was like, oh wow. It was inspirational.
You say everything is inspirational. Like, oh my God. Everything inspires Z.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. We always do like a neighborhood Halloween before actual Halloween. In my store location area. So I always have my nieces come to my store and give out candy to the kids.
I seen it on your story.
Oh, you did?
I was like, oh, I could have barged on her.
Oh, you definitely could have.
Yeah. But we went to Powerhouse. She really wanted to go.
Okay. It was in the daytime though.
It was like running around all day because it was last minute.
Yeah.
She didn't think my mom was going to say, yeah. She didn't think my mom was going to say yes and give her the money.
Oh, okay.
Because she thought it was going to be too expensive. But my mom took care of one half and I took care of the rest of the stuff.
That's good. I don't know if I ever went to... Actually, no, I did go to concerts when I was little, but not often.
Have you ever been to Powerhouse?
Never been to Powerhouse. So... But that probably would have been something cool to do as a kid. So
yeah.
That's cool.
And I always wanted to go as a kid. I went one time as a kid. Best day of my life.
Really?
So when she said she wanted to go, I was like, gotta take her.
Yeah.
Gotta take her.
Oh, man. I should do that for my nieces, maybe.
Yeah, next time we can all go.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Nadira went, and she took her daughter. It was like a nice little family time.
Really? Yeah, I gotta take the kids to see like music stuff in person.
Yeah, it was different hanging out with kids. It was like, oh, okay.
Like you're an adult.
Yeah. It's like, this is fun.
Yeah. It's crazy how like in your like, I feel like in your mid-20s you realize, oh, I'm an actual adult now.
Yeah.
like I'm the older person that has to like pay for the popcorn. This is drawing.
Oh my God. She got sick. My little sister.
Yeah.
At Powerhouse. I think it was the smoke in here. People were smoking in here. I think it was setting. She was throwing up.
Oh no.
So I had to get her some ginger ale. Guess how much the ginger ale was?
The black people's cure. She got sick, so here comes the ginger ale.
But guess how much the ginger ale was?
How much?
$10.
No.
But I had to get it. Then I had to get her some food to make her feel better. $28.
Absolutely not.
Chicken fingers and fries.
Child, we going home.
I was not missing Nicki Minaj.
Oh, okay. Ooh, $10 for a ginger ale and $28 for what? A platter?
Chicken fingers and fries.
Chicken fingers and fries. That's crazy. That's crazy. But other than that, the weekend was cool.
How was the neighborhood Halloween?
Neighborhood Halloween was cool.
Did they hand out candy or did they go out there?
They handed out candy. So in the neighborhood, the business district, they drop off bags of candy to the stores so we can give it out. So we usually never have to even buy candy. I always end up buying extra because we always run out because there's so many kids that live in the neighborhood. So did that. The kids, my nieces, handed out the candy throughout the day. And then at a certain time, my niece was like, okay, I want to go trick-or-treating around the block, whatever.
Yeah,
so,
they're going to want to.
Right. So I took her. And then, of course, everybody in the neighborhood was like so nice to her and gave her extra candy and all that other stuff. So that was cool. And then actual Halloween is in a couple of days. And we're going to do that. We're gonna go to one of the rich neighborhoods and trick or treat over there, so we can get the good snacks. And that's gonna be cool. So that was my weekend was cool. Oh my god, I woke up on Sunday morning and my ear was 3 times
worse
the size of my other ear.
We should go to urgent care together.
I don't know if ear infections are transferable. But you feel like you got an ear infection from me having an ear infection.
I Googled it.
I don't think I have an ear infection. I don't know what's wrong with my ear.
Tell them what you did.
This is not a fashion podcast. Like, why are we talking? We actually have fashion topics today, but not telling what you did. No, because like maybe other people have this obsession too, but I just feel like digging in your ear is like therapeutic. Like, so I have a friend who's also obsessed with her ear, and if a Q-tip doesn't satisfy her needs, like she'll stick a bobby pin in her ear, and she always gets an ear infection afterwards. And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Anyway,
this is making my ears hurt.
Look, this is what I did. I ordered like an ear kit from Amazon.com, and it was like stainless steel or metal, whatever. And then people were saying like, oh, because there's like TikTok videos where like people are digging in their ears with different tools and like they get so much stuff out their ears. And I feel like, oh my God, it looks so satisfying to me. Anyway, ordered the kit.
This is disgusting.
No, it's not. Just because I was curious if there's anything in my ear. Anyway, used it a couple of days later. Ear was swollen. May or may not have caused it. And then now 3 days after that went away, because that was like the inside of my ear was swollen, which made sense because clearly I was like messing with my ear. But now 3 days after that inside swelling went out, the outside of my ear is now like 3 times bigger in my right ear than my left ear. So I don't know what could have went wrong. Not really sure.
You don't know what? You don't know?
I don't know what's going on, honestly.
No clue, no.
I honestly.
Nothing?
Nope, not sure. Just out of nowhere.
Just out of
nowhere. Something's wrong with my ear. I don't know what happened.
You're a crazy person.
I'm a crazy person.
My ear just hurt.
And that probably has nothing to do with me, but you want to blame me just because.
Yeah.
Whatever. Can we get into our fashion topic today?
Yeah.
So we have 2 topics. One is red flag customers, how to tell your red flag customers, which customer is going to be a red flag. And the other one is
contracts. Contracts in the fashion world.
Contracts in the fashion world, what contracts you need to have.
Well, in the seamstress world.
Both.
Okay.
Yeah, seamstress, designer, models.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What are we going to start with?
Let's start with red flag customers.
Okay. So,
what's your red flag customers? When a customer walk in, you could just tell. You could just tell that they are going to be a hassle.
Yeah. For me,
no, maybe I should go first because your list is going to be so much longer than mine.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
A red flag customer for me is the customer that wants a lot but still being cheap. What else? The customer that wants you, the customer that has like great big ideas. Great big ideas. The customer that has went to somebody else And then they talk about, oh, cause this person did it like that. This person did it like that.
I'm acting like you preaching everything. I'm like,
and the customer that has never got something custom made before. Okay. Because they're too anxious. Because this is their first time, so they don't know what's going on. What else? Well,
they gotta start somewhere. I don't feel they gotta start. I don't feel like that's a red flag customer, but go ahead.
I don't know.
You know. I have some repeats though. But are you
go ahead. We can go back and forth.
Yeah, I think for sure customers that have big ideas but not the budget for big ideas, or like they have big ideas but they're being cheap. It could be a mix between both of them never having something made before though, and them just really not knowing. Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's so much of a red flag when they never had something made, but just know that it's going to be a little bit more like you're going to have to invest a little bit more time with them. Yeah. It's not going to be a breeze.
I think it depends on the person's personality, because usually when I walk through customers, the process, like, okay, step one, we do a consultation, and this is from the perspective.
Save it for the contract part.
No, I'm saying like this is from the perspective of custom gowns or custom making clothing. Mm-hmm. We're going to go into stylist contracts and all those other things in a bit, but I always go forth with, I already start out with like, let's book a consultation, go over the design, the fabric, the details, price range, budget, all that stuff. And then once we do that consultation, that's when I say, hey, there's going to be 2 fittings. The first one is going to be the base. The second one is going to be it fully done. And then if there are any last minute alterations, that's when we do the final pickup and all that other stuff. Mm-hmm. Some customers take that like information and are like, good, perfect, thank you. Sounds like what's going to happen, whatever. Other customers take that information and then ask you every day, what's next? And those are the customers that might not understand or might not, or they're anxious, like you said. Yeah. Customers that are anxious and have 17,000 follow-up questions because they're not really sure what you just told them is a fact. Yeah. And that could be anxiety, and like how you deal with customers that have anxiety or are worrisome, you know? Right. And there's a way to deal with that as a designer, as a professional. Because some people, if that's their personality, you have to be able to deal with different personalities. Yeah, you do. But if you yourself cannot deal with that personality, then that's a red flag that you cannot deal with that type of customer. Right. For me, I can deal with that type of customer. Right. Another red flag is when people come in and they say, oh, if you do this for me, I'm going to refer you to my 17,000 family members and friends, and you're going to get so much business because you worked well with me. So do a good job for me, because then I'm going to change your life. Right. No, you're not. You're not.
Customers are... I feel like every industry has problems. Mm-hmm. Has things that they don't like about their customers, but we designers, we have some crazy customers.
Yeah. I think that I don't even know if we have crazy customers. I just think, everybody has different personalities, and you just have to be able to respond to different personalities in different ways.
And we actually have to have a relationship with our customers. It's not just buy and go. They're about to be our friends for 3 to 6 weeks.
Which I don't mind that. I love having a personal connection with my clients. But what I was going to say is the customer that wants a surgeon and not a seamstress, that's a red flag. Like the customer that wants their dress to turn them into Kim Kardashian or Nicki Minaj when they're shaped like Paris Hilton or a normal human being. But when they put the dress on, they want a completely different shape than their shape. That's a red flag. Yeah. Because you're never going to be happy with this gown, this suit, this whatever, because it's not going to make you look like a different person. You are still you. And following up with that is, if you don't like yourself, if you don't like your body, it's a red flag. I'm not going to work with anybody that comes in like, can you hide this? I hate my arms. Can you do something about my arms? No, I don't know what you want me to do about your arms. Like, if you put sleeves on, the sleeves will still be on your arms. Right. But anybody that comes in and they're automatically talking down about themselves, their body, their face, their legs. Oh, I hate my veins. Absolutely not. I'm not working with you. Right. Because it doesn't matter what I make or what we try. You are unhappy with yourself, and as long as the item is on you, you're not going to be happy.
I think each designer have their own lane. So you might specialize in this. Another designer might specialize in this. It's like, different. I don't know. So I think it's a red flag when you have your vision. I think so hairstylist. Mm-hmm. Some hairstylists specialize in braids. Mm-hmm. So if a customer comes in and they want their natural hair done, but you don't specialize in it, you're going to mess it up. So I think it's the same with us designers.
But why say yes to a natural hairstyle if you know that that's not your lane?
So that's what I'm saying with us. You have to say no when it's not our lane. Yeah. So sometimes customers might walk in or sometimes customers might want to order, but I can tell from the beginning that this is a bad idea because what you're asking for, that's not my vision. Right. It's not where I specialize, not my craft. So I don't think that I'll be the seamstress for you to give you what you want. Right. So that's like a red flag customer too, when they don't match your craft.
Not even when they don't match your craft, but when they don't match your craft and then they like are so gung ho on you doing it. Like, I tell people no because it's not my thing, and I'll still be like, but I want you, I want you, I need you, I want you, and then I'll break down and be like, oh, okay, and then it ends up the same way because I already told you no. I already told you no from the gate. So that's another thing. What's another red flag?
When the customer is trying to be too friendly, trying to get close to you, I think they want like special privileges because they have this big follower on Instagram. Oh my big following on Instagram. Well, that going with I'm gonna refer you to.
Yeah, that's similar, but that's a different case. But it's very similar to like, because if I wear your thing, and if I tag you, you gonna get all these followers. No, ma'am.
But if you do that, that's when the contracts come in, because it is beneficial for both of you. Mm-hmm. So it's not a bad idea, but it comes with.
But it's also not guaranteed. Like, people say that as if it's guaranteed. Yeah. We've done it many times. Like, if you're not doing custom, if you just have a collection and, Beyonce walks in and says, not even Beyonce, your local rapper walks in. Let's say they have 20K, 40K followers. And they say, let me borrow some of your pieces or wear some of your pieces. And, I'll do publicity for you and you'll get a whole bunch of followers and all my fans are going to follow you. As good as a job as they may do trying to promote you or just tagging you, whatever, that still doesn't guarantee you're going to get all these followers and fans and orders. Right. They might tag you and take in some really good pictures and videos. You still might not get any sales from that. Yeah. So when people kind of present that as an offer for you to give them stuff for free or discounted prices, to me that's a red flag. Right. Because this might not work out. Right. And I don't know why people present that as if it's 100% a guaranteed plan. Yeah.
I think when you do that, you have to come with proof. Mm-hmm. Like, hey, so I posted this. On average, I get businesses about 2K followers, 20K followers, 1,000 orders. I think you have to come with proof,
almost
evidence.
Like a press kit, a media kit. Yeah. Like, if you're gonna present to me like you have a business of a fashion influencer, as a rapper, as a singer, as a dancer, whatever, then give me the numbers. Give me the numbers. And I'm gonna need you to like follow up in a real way. I did that. I'm gonna need you to follow up in a real way versus acting like it's guaranteed. Like, I need you to be like, okay, here are my numbers, here are my stats, this is what I do, this is how much this last company that worked with me, this is the orders they got for my direct link. Like, maybe if they have even a affiliate link to your website where if they do try on or wear your clothing, they can put the link, like a fashion influencer, they can put the link on their Instagram link tree or whatever, and then everybody that orders your item because they follow their link will then be able to prove that you made this much money for me.
Right. Technical difficulties.
Yeah, and I think that makes more sense than somebody just walking in off the street saying, oh, I have all these followers and I'm going to be able to do this for you because of that.
Sorry, guys. Yeah, but I done lost up. We had technical difficulties.
Well, the camera went off, but it's cool. We got several.
I was about to say
today.
something
about the.
It was a really good point. I was going.
I was talking about having an affiliate link that they can have that sources back. Was it about that?
Oh. It was another red flag.
Okay, what's another red flag?
So another red flag customer is like the people close to you that they're into fashion too.
All right, what do you mean by that?
Okay, so a lot of people, they're into fashion, but they asking for help. They're asking me to help them, right? Mm-hmm. And
help them in what way?
Just help them get there, because a lot of fashion designers, they actually don't know how to sew. A lot of people try to go straight to the manufacturer, and the manufacturer is getting over on them with the samples. So the people that want samples and stuff, it's not a red flag, but it's a red flag.
It's a no for me, though.
It's a no?
It's a no. Not anymore. I've been there, done that.
And how did it go?
I mean, so my first job out of college was working in a manufacturing place. So I worked as a sample maker in a manufacturing house for maybe like 2 years when I was straight out of college, which is cool. Then when I started my business and opened my clothing store with the addition of having like tailoring, manufacturing, and custom work in there, people would ask me all the time, can you make the samples for my collection? Can you do this for my collection, all this stuff? And I would, but now I just don't think it's a smart idea.
Yeah,
because they don't have the background knowledge to really know. And sometimes you get, and this could be a whole episode, sometimes you get a sample made. You'll get a sample made of what you think you want your line to be, and then you don't end up actually being able to produce that sample on a mass scale. So now it was a waste of time. Because what you got in your sample, all the bells and whistles, a manufacturing house is not even going to offer you.
Right.
And now they also want you to backtrack with a tech pack, a pattern, fabric, thread, and whatever. And you, as the designer, just coming in trying to figure it out, don't even know all of those things. So now the manufacturing place is already about to get over on you because they know that you don't know all these things. And now they're going to charge you all this money for the sample that you already got made for $100. Now you're paying $3,000 because you need a tech pack, a pattern. You need the fabric source, and you need the fabric source from somewhere where you can get repeated fabric, the same fabric, because you don't want to come out with a line, and then you can't get that fabric once people start ordering.
$100 is too cheap.
I'm saying like for 1 to 3 pieces, like say you get 3 samples made of a hoodie or whatever. Like, I don't know. That's a red flag.
That's a red flag customer. You have to say no.
You have to say no.
You have to say no. But I think nothing.
What? I mean, I'm trying to think of another Red flag. There are so
many red flags.
I want to talk about stylists. That's what I want to talk about. Red flag stylists.
Oh, okay. I didn't have this.
Okay, so
this is going to be knowledge for me because I didn't have this experience yet.
Okay, so I've worked with a lot of stylists as a fashion designer, and if your stylist, there's so many different things. If your stylist is asking you like what they should style their customer in, that's a red flag because you're the stylist. Right. Number one. Then number two is they come into your design studio, your space. People, they come into my clothing store, whatever, and they're like, "Oh, I'm a stylist. Can I pull 1, 2, and 3?" Mm-hmm. Where do you have any credentials? Do you have a website? Yeah. What's your client list? What are other things that you have stopped? Like none of that. It's just, hey, I'm a stylist. Can I pull this? Mm-hmm. No. I need to know that you're a real stylist. Where are your credentials? What's going on? I've had stylists that are like, oh yeah, I'm styling for this client back then, years and years ago. And then I would just be like, okay, wow, I want to work with such and such. Here's the items. No contract, no credit card on file, whatever. So if they didn't want to come back with the items, they just never came back. Mm-hmm. Stylists usually promise they're gonna return the stuff. They don't. Mm-hmm. I actually had a fashion designer who's my friend reach out to me over the weekend and said like, hey, how do you do your stylist contract? Because I'm not sure, you screwed over by so many people at this point. I just need another method to do it. And I told her how I do it, which is I charge 25%. Mm-hmm. This is a tip for all of you listening. Write this down. Mm-hmm. I charge 25% of how much the item costs. So if something is $500, it's going to be $125 for you to rent it. Then it's $125 a week. So if you don't return it by the next week, I keep your card on file. If you don't return it by the next week, then it's another $125. Mm-hmm. And if you don't return it by the next week, it's another $125. And after 4 weeks, if you ain't return it, well, you just bought it. Right. But if you did return it after the first week, okay, that $125 is going to go towards dry cleaning. Mm-hmm. But she told me that another designer that she knows, they charge them 100%. And then when they return it, they keep 25%. They keep 25%. So basically, they return 75% when they return it. Mm-hmm. My whole thing is, I don't want to see 100% in my bank account and it's not mine. Mm-hmm. So if I charge you $500, let's say, and then especially for like the smaller designers, let's say you don't really have that much money. If you charge somebody $500 and you're like, oh, when you return it, I'll give you $450 back. Mm-hmm. Okay, then all your bills come out. Now you ain't got the $450 to return. Yeah. And you might have just screwed yourself and ruined the relationship with a client because now the money's not on your card to return back to the stylist. So I don't even play like that. Give me the $125. I'm gonna keep your card number on file through Square. I use Square POS system. You can save clients' card numbers under their contact information through the program, and you can charge them automatically through that. So for me, that's easier because all the money I get is mine. Right. I'm not taking money that's not mine. Right. So that's the way I do it. But you could do it the other way too. And of course, you could have written down in a contract before they leave, sign off that your card number will be kept on file. Mm-hmm. It's a weekly charge of 25%. If it comes back with any holes, stains, anything broken, that could be another 25%, or it could be 100% if it come back looking crazy. And if it don't come back at all, of course, you will be charged fully, But you can have that written in the contract. Right.
I don't think I'm going to take that route in my fashion journey.
Which route?
Written.
To stylist?
Yeah, written to stylist. Written in general.
What route would you want to take? It
sounds crazy.
It sounds difficult, but it could be
beneficial.
It could be beneficial.
It would have to be contracts. It would have to be a really good contract. Yeah. A really detailed contract. Mm-hmm. Promises. You would have to figure it out.
Yeah, you could also put in your contract, that you want to give the stuff away for free. You can give the stuff away for free.
Yeah, I think that's what I would do.
With the conditions of 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, that's the route I'm going to take.
1, 2, and 3 isn't met, then you get charged 50% or 100%, whatever you want to do. Yeah,
I did it in my very first years of sewing. I gave a lot of things away for free. A lot.
How did it work out for you?
I think it worked out, and all in all, it worked out good. I just had one bad experience, but I would take that route instead of charging, or wanting you to return it back, or just take the whole thing. Right. Just take the whole thing.
And okay, I mean, I think that works for some people. I think that definitely works for some people. I think if you're not concerned,
it would, especially if I have the vision. I'm like, okay, cool. Right. But now it's just the promising of the pictures.
Right.
That's what tag. I'm saying. Yeah. So I guess either way.
And that also is in the contract as well. Like the stylist is usually responsible for the artist, what actress, whatever, to tag you and have that information. So that has to be part of the contract as well.
Yeah. But it can't just be it gotta be something that's smart. It can't just be, hey, can I borrow this? Right. Hey, it gotta benefit to the look.
Right. And sometimes the stylist will tag you on the stylist page, but the artist won't tag you on their page.
Yeah.
And that's not what you want. You want Beyonce to tag you, not the stylist. So
I think it's important to say no sometimes.
Yeah.
So having red flag customers. Yeah. Well, knowing your red flag customers is important.
Definitely.
Because
you can't keep making the same mistake over and over.
As a designer, as any kind of artist, I think saying no is important.
Okay.
To the red flag customers. Notice them red flags and be like, hey, no, I don't do this.
I think that a lot of the reason why people don't say no is because they need the money.
Right.
So like people don't feel empowered to say no because they just want the $200, the $1,000, $2,000 because maybe they $2,000 or $100 away from paying their rent. Right. So they go and say yes to a red flag customer, just praying and hoping that it work out because they need the money.
Right.
You have to kind of be empowered to be able to say no.
Yeah, I think you have to do it because you have to do it because you love it and not do it for the money. So it's important to have. How people gonna do that? It's important to have another income, another source of. You have to have money coming from somewhere because I think when you focus, money is the root of all evil.
I don't believe that at all. I think money is a blessing and and I plan on always viewing it as a blessing. I think people who think that money is evil aren't going to have money.
I think when you do it for the money, it takes away from your craft.
I agree with that. However, I'm just saying I'm not going to look at money as a part of evil at all.
A little bit.
For you. I'm going to look at money as an abundant blessing that is coming towards me at full throttle.
I was watching this interview with this rapper and he was talking about it was a new artist that dropped the song, and he said that he listened to the song and he just wanted to hop on it. He said that he did it for free. He was saying it wasn't about the money. He said it was just he liked the record so much, and after he did that for them, he put them on. That's how the other artists got put on, and their career just started skyrocketing.
And I think that's beautiful, and I love that for them.
But when he said it wasn't about the money, I was like, okay, I get what he's saying, because
I think there's a lot of situations.
When you get that art, when you see the vision and you get that creative idea, you just gotta do it. You just gotta do it. It's not about the money. The money gonna come later. It's gonna benefit later.
Right. I think you have to be in a position though for it to benefit you. Like if you really don't have nothing else and this is your bread and butter, you need to be charging. And I think that not charging, let's say you do have another job that pays your bills, and for the love of the craft, you're just going to do everything for free.
Not everything.
Later on, maybe not everything, but things. And then later on, people are going to see you as this person that you've done this over and over for the love of it, that they're going to expect for the love of it forever.
Right.
And then when you go into a position where this is your only thing, you have people that recognize you as a free person for the love, and now you need to do it for the funds.
Right.
So I don't think that you should even put yourself in a position.
Don't just take something for the money. Like if you don't see the vision, you don't see the creative mind, don't take it for the money, because you're gonna go back. You're gonna have to owe them the money back anyways when it don't work out.
Right. And some things do work out. You just don't want people to know that you made it. Like for me, I've done things for the money that wasn't my style, you know,
definitely
back then. Yeah. And I've been like, no, don't tell nobody I made this for your child. Because, you know, I ain't like the way they look, or it wasn't my style, or, you know, it's not something that I want to be affiliated with. Like, if, for example, like stripper clothes. If a stripper offered me $600 to make them some dance outfits by the next day, yeah, I'm sure I'll make you the outfits. $600 and stripper clothes is like easy to make, even though it's not my thing, it's not my aesthetic.
Right.
However, should I have done that back then? Because why make something that you don't want people to know that you made?
Yeah.
You know? So for money, that's why. Literally, that's the reason. We said we were going to get into contracts though.
Yeah.
So contracts. I wanted to mention model contracts though, for sure. So I have another friend. She is an accessory designer, and she charges her model contracts like net 30 or net 60, basically meaning that you would get paid within the contract. You get paid 30 days to 60 days after the photo shoot, meaning that clearly I didn't make money off of these pictures because I haven't put them on the internet yet. I haven't posted it yet. I haven't made the sales yet. So that gives me time to make the sales off of the photo shoot, promotions, and all these other things. And a lot of brands do this. A lot of professional brands do this as well. So she pays her models net 30 or net 60, 60 days after the photo shoot. How do you feel about that?
Being as though I used to model, I think that you should still get paid for your time.
60 days later.
I think even if it's just a little, hey, $50 for coming in, even if it's just a little bit, I think that I probably had to call out for work, gas to get here, hair, makeup. A lot of people don't include hair, makeup.
Well, most photo shoots, professional photo shoots, will have hair and makeup done for you for free.
But some people don't do that.
Yeah, some people.
So don't. I think you should. And we older now, so I think you taking away from somebody's day. Everybody got their set schedule,
right? And
you requested me. You like what I look like. You got this vision. You need me, so I think that you should pay me for my time.
Yeah.
And I think
but even like in the fashion industry, let's say you have a whole your collection is wholesale. If you put your collection in a store, let's say Macy's, you're gonna get paid net 30, net 60, or net 90, because Macy's clearly didn't sell your clothing out the day they bought it. So you're gonna get paid 60 days later in increments of what it's selling or what it's sold for, or all that stuff. So why not do business that way across the board?
Right. I think that going back to the model part, I think that getting paid later, that do sound good.
It's good for the business.
It's good for the business, yeah. But I don't know. I think models are underpaid. Models are important, but I don't think that nobody ever wants to really pay the model. I think everybody looking at it like, well, this is an opportunity, and take advantage of this.
Right.
Work for free for the opportunity.
I agree with that. I see that. I think I've always paid my models on day one.
Yeah. I like how you treat your models.
I always pay my models same day. But I don't mind the other method. as the business. Yeah. And it is true. Like, I'm not going to make money off of these pictures the same day. I'm not even going to get the pictures back the same day.
Right.
So, but yeah, I pay models same day just because, like, you're a human. That, like you said, like, you had to take off to work. Maybe you had to do your own physical maintenance before you got here to make sure you was cute for the photo shoot or whatever. Who knows? But it's not the way I do it. But I think within your contract, you can do it that way. Right. Let's talk about contracts for...
Wait, one more thing. So, this brand, they had hired a model. She looks really nice. But as they was taking the pictures, she had like hair, you know, in places that we have hair. And it messed up the photo. And I was telling them, I'm like, well, why didn't y'all pay for, you know, I'm like, she probably didn't have money to get that maintenance done. And
well, did she know what she was wearing?
I don't think she knew what she was wearing.
Okay.
But I feel like before you come to a photo shoot, you have to just get yourself right. So I felt like she wasn't wrong. But she was wrong. That's why
I don't feel like she was wrong at all. I think that she should not have modeled in something that was
right. She should have been like, well, I didn't.
Yeah. And if y'all didn't tell her that, like, if I have... if I'm doing a swimsuit photo shoot, I'm going to tell the models it's a swimsuit photo shoot. Right. In which case they need to be prepared for that. Right. However, if it's a sweatsuit line and all of a sudden y'all got underwear and y'all want the model to model that, she not prepared for that. Yeah. So is that what that situation kind of was? Yeah. Or? Then they drawing. I'm sorry, for listeners that are not from Philadelphia, drawing means...
they out of pocket. Out of pocket means
they wrong. They explain this Philadelphia slang. You drawing by saying they out of pocket.
You out of pocket saying they draw.
They're just wrong. Let's just say it. Use appropriate English. They were not correct by doing that.
Whatever. Oh, contracts with customers or...
we can go contracts with customers first.
Contracts with customers. I think the contract with the customer has to be really detailed.
Only if it's for custom orders.
Custom orders, yeah.
Yeah.
I think you have to explain, like, hey, in the first fitting, I think you have to really, really explain to the customer, when you come for your first fitting, your dress is not done. Right. Because a lot of people come to their fitting, believe it or not, and they think that their dress is going to be done.
Yeah.
So I think that you should definitely explain the process, the fitting. The contract, yeah. Like, hey, on your first fitting, this is all that's going to be done. Right. On your second fitting, this is what's going to be done.
And I think the price, so the fitting schedule should be on the contract. The price model should be on the schedule. Like, if the customer is able to do deposits, what that calendar schedule would look like.
I love that the customer, this is a side note, I love that the customer can do deposits and pay in chunks, pay over time. I love that about sewing.
I think that definitely adjustments need to be put on the contract. So if you come in wanting one thing and we do the price model and the fitting schedule and stuff for that one thing, and then you all of a sudden want something completely different, that needs to be on the contract that is an additional price, if not a completely different price in the design details that we made for the first dress. You're not going to get that money back because those patterns, fabric, stones was already made and ordered for that one thing. So now that you want something different, we got to do that all over again. And that needs to be in the contract that this is a different price.
Sometimes customers, when you working with them, they feel like you shouldn't charge them for adjustments. They feel like they need special privilege because you messed up or you didn't really explain So that's why the contract is important. That you put that in there because they can argue like, oh, well, you didn't tell me.
Right, exactly. And if you have a contract, then they can't say that.
You have to say everything in the beginning and having it just in writing and like we come to this understanding is important because as the time goes on, it's going to be, hey, I want to change. I feel like it's always going to be, hey, I want to fix this. I want to change it because everybody's body is different.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of changes sometimes. Like let's say out of 100 custom orders within prom season or wedding season, I might have 5 girls that want dramatic changes. Everybody
I feel
else
like everybody always wants something changed.
Okay, yeah, I think literally like 5 to 10 girls out of 100 will want dramatic changes. I think maybe let's say 40 out of 100 might want a little extra stones or a little bit shorter or whatever. Details that don't require a price difference. But I think maybe only 10% would want something that's dramatically different. I was going to go into manufacturing contracts. So a lot of people don't know, as far as fashion designers, when you're starting a fashion brand, you need to have manufacturing contracts. This manufacturer should not show your patterns, your slopers, your designs to any other fashion designer that they work with. You need to have a contract that says they cannot make this product again. Maybe you need to have a design patent or a trademark on this, but you need to have contracts with your manufacturers that they can't take this pattern, this fabric print. They can't reprint this fabric and logo on any other fabric besides you. You need to have a legal contract with your manufacturers as well.
And you need to have same thing with your employees.
Same thing with your employees. I have a lot of seamstresses. Ooh, child, let me tell you. What time is it? 47. Okay. Got 3, 4, 5 minutes.
Okay.
Real quick story time. I had a seamstress working with me during a period of time making a certain accessory, let's just say a fabric accessory, for me that was really popular at the time. And I would get sold out week after week after week. And I had the seamstress working with me, making them back to back to back, week after week after week. And eventually the seamstress started coming in less and less. Less and less. And I found out that this seamstress put the same product using my pattern on Etsy, on her Etsy, using different fabrics, but the same exact product.
She did it on Etsy?
On Etsy.
I didn't know she did it on Etsy.
On her Etsy page.
Etsy is smart.
And started selling out. Now, I was selling out because I own a clothing store. People were coming to my clothing store back to back for this product. Customer referrals. I put it on my own website, whatever. I didn't have it on Etsy, though. But she, you know.
Yeah. Yeah,
and I didn't have a contract with her. And I should have. And if I had, then it would have ended up differently. But yeah.
Okay, so customer contracts, manufacturers,
seamstress, models, stylists.
What else? Contracts with anyone.
Anyone and everyone.
Don't do business without contracts.
Photographers, you probably need a contract with them as well.
And not having a contract, that's a red flag.
Not having a contract is a red flag. So,
red flag customer.
Red flag. Red flag as a designer. If you don't have your contracts in order, number one, because we're gonna end out this episode here, but we are going to have contracts samples on our platform. So we're gonna have a platform, 7figurefashionbusiness.com, where we're gonna have like digital products for our fellow fashion designers. We're going to have contracts. I put together some 7 things you need to implement in your business for it to grow, emails that you could be sending, fashion content planners for your social media. But we're just going to have several digital products that can help this fashion community to get you guys to that 7-figure fashion business as well. So once that's up and running, keep checking back on our YouTube and our social medias, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. And we're going to post when that platform is up and ready for you guys. But we are definitely working on all of these digital products for you guys right now. Anything you want to say to end out this episode?
That was a good episode.
Great episode. You want to say the saying? What's our saying?
Count your money before you count your blessings. Count your blessings before you count your money.
Count. Oh my God, girl. Our saying at the end of each episode is make sure you count your blessings before you count your money.
Bye.
Bye.